arm just naturally by the side of your body, elbow just resting next to your ribs. You hold the instrument like so, and when I say ready, I'm going to have you squeeze as hard as you can, and then release. This measures the force of your grip. It doesn't move when you're squeezing. It'll just measure the force that you can generate, okay? All right, so we're going to start with your right hand. Okay, so we'll pop this in your hand like so, and when you're ready, I'll have you squeeze as hard as you can. Go. Now, stop for a second. It didn't reset properly. All right, and go. Hard as you can. Harder, 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 and release. Perfect. Document the number down. Hit reset. Test. Now your left hand, elbow by the side of your body. When you're ready, squeeze as hard as you can. Harder, 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 and release. Record the number. Thank you. Now we're going to move on to check the strength of your pinch. There's different types of pinches we use, so we're going to use different types of pinches on the little instrument. First one we're going to do is I'm going to have your thumb on the bottom, index finger on top, other fingers tucked in so they can't help. That's cheating. Like so. And when you're ready, pinch as hard as you can. Harder, 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 and release. I'll read it, document. Move on to the other hand. Okay, re-zero it. Okay.
Can I just see how we re-zero that?
Yeah, sure. I was going to go through using the instrument in a second. Yeah. So left hand, same posture. Thumb on the bottom, index finger on top, other fingers tucked in so they can't help. Pinch as hard as you can and release. Beautiful. I read it, I re-zero it. Good. Next pinch we're going to do is thumb on the bottom, two fingers on top. Okay? Yeah, just like that. And onto there. And pinch as hard as you can and release. Good. I read it. I turn. Left hand, thumb on the bottom, fingers on top. Pinch as hard as you can. Harder, 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 and release. Good. I read it. Good. Now, last pinch we're going to use is like the pinch you use for a key. So thumb to the side of your finger. So we're going to pop that there. Pinch as hard as you can. Hard, 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 and release. I read it. Re-zero. Other hand, hard as you can, and perfect, okay? So what I tend to do when I'm doing the pinch, I demonstrate, I pop it in their hand, you cue to make sure it's in the correct position, so thumb on the bottom, index finger on top, place it in their hand, and literally place this on the side of the index finger for the lateral pinch. Okay? So if you look at the form, you've got tip pinch, 3-point pinch, lateral pinch. So tip pinch, 3-point pinch, lateral pinch.
Right.
Okay? All right. So set, reset with this, reading it digital, dead easy. The way this guy works is the little black needle moves the little red needle. Okay? So when it's 0, that border of the red needle is right against the black. When you pinch, the black takes the red stays behind.
Excellent.
Okay? So you're reading that border of the red. So, and we're reading it in kilograms of force, just that this is calibrated in kilograms. So this one's in kilograms of force with a line for every 0.5, but I would read it to a 0.25.
Okay.
Okay? So for example, where it's sitting currently, I would read that as 4 kg. Okay, so you can see that that edge of the red is
right
at
on.
4. Okay, whereas opposed to, say, if it was about there, I'd call that 4.75.
Okay.
Okay, so I would read it by the 0.25.
Yes.
All right, so with this, just don't rush. That's the biggest thing, is that you just make sure you're reading it that accurately.
Yeah.
Similarly with this, it's dead easy to read. You just make sure you're going reset, test, and when they actually squeeze, it starts to move. Okay, so reset, test, go.
And what about the length? Just as hard as you can, hard as you can?
Okay, with this one, it's squeeze as hard as you can, harder, harder, harder.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's up to just a few seconds?
Yeah, and it's and so there's prompting with that. Not that there isn't prompting with this, but this isn't as rigid a protocol in the hand therapy world, but it's pinch hard as you can, hard as you can.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's not, so you can still give that verbal prompting. Okay. To get the maximal effort. Okay. The one thing you do have to watch for is the people that start doing that straight away. You know, that they take their tip pinch and change it to a lateral pinch because that's easier for them. So you'll find a lot of oldies will tend to want to do that because that's stronger. This is going from weakest, medium, strongest pinch. Okay? So you'll find, like I said, especially an oldie who's trying to do something at their maximum effort, which we're demanding, we're asking that they give their maximal effort, that they're going to switch from this and they're going to try to turn it into a lateral pinch. So if they start to do like, well, hang on, I'll stop them, I'll reset, Let's try that one again, and I'll reposition. Stay on the tip of your finger and pinch as hard as you can and release. Okay. Word of warning for yourself when you're demonstrating this. We're doing this a bazillion times in the day. Don't actually squeeze. Okay, I want you to sit like this, elbows by your side, and again, prompt them. If someone starts doing this, no, stop them, tuck the elbow in. It's got to be in that position, okay? If they start doing that, no, stop them. It's got to be in this position. So it's elbow by the side of their body, like that. Squeeze as hard as you can, harder. If they start to wing up, no, stop, bring them back in. It's just protocols here. With this, similarly, that's why I was placing it directly in your hand.
So again, we're at 90-degree flexion.
Well, you're trying to make sure that they're just comfortable, because some people don't have a great rotation of the forearm. So if they're sitting like that, I would work with that. I wouldn't demand that they be fully pronated ground. Okay. So if they're
so they've got some limitations.
Sure. Sure. And again, when you're going lateral, you aim for that middle. Place it on that middle, and exactly. All right. So I would demonstrate, but I wouldn't actually
keep doing it. Exactly.
You're going to exhaust your hands by literally demonstrating. Okay. So that pretty clear?
Pretty clear.
Okay. Do you want to do it on me?
Can I?
Yeah, of course you can. All right.
Now we're going to test your grip strength today. We're starting with your right arm. Okay, I want you to have your elbow right in by the side for me. And it's this way. Okay, now I want you to put your hands around. Now I'd like you to grip this as hard as you can. Gripping as hard as you can. Good. 13.8 sounds about right.
I didn't try. Yeah. If I'm doing this all day, I don't really try.
No. Okay.
It would be like 35 usually.
Okay. But that seemed, I mean, I'm accustomed to, with patients trying to get them to stay in a particular position. So as long as I know that.
Yeah. So it's just
in by the side.
Yeah. Most people understand. Just keep your elbows by your ribs.
Yeah.
Keep your elbows by your ribs.
Okay. Yeah. And try not to do a repeat test. Now this one's a little bit different. So we want tip.
Thumb on the bottom, finger on top. Thumb on the bottom, finger on top. Thumb on the bottom, 2 fingers on top.
Thumb. I'm going to have to write this down. Thumb on the bottom. Okay. We're doing this first. I want to test this grip. So I want you to put your thumb underneath, and your finger on top. Okay, and I want you to squeeze now as hard as you can, and relax.
So what do you read that as?
I would read that as 1.25.
Try again.
No. Aha. So this is the 2. This is the 1.
Correct.
So we're actually a bit over 0.5.
I would still call it a 0.5 though.
Okay.
Because it's not, like I said, that's why I go to a 0.25 sort of calibration, because you only have a slash every 0.5. So otherwise you're guesstimating it too much.
Yes.
So,
And take this back. Well, it doesn't go any further, but that's good.
You take it to the 0.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thumb on bottom. Thumb on side.
Yeah. So it's thumb on the bottom, 1 finger on top, thumb on the bottom, 2 fingers on top, thumb to the side of your index.
See, I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, it's all right.
Can't you? Okay. So the next one, we're going to in the, what position is that? Holding a key for this one?
Yeah,
no?
the third one is, so you've done tip pinch.
So this is just the 3-point?
3-point pinch.
And what was the instructions you were giving for that?
Okay, so thumb on the bottom, 2 fingers on top,
okay.
And keep your other fingers tucked in.
Great. So this one, we want your fingers on top and your thumb underneath. And squeezing as hard as you can. Keep squeezing. That's great. And then I record 1.25.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Now for this last one, and again, thumb on the side.
Just thumb pinching to the side, like you're turning a key.
Okay.
Often people think, oh yeah, I'm turning a key like that.
Holding a coffee mug.
Holding a coffee mug. So if you imagine like you're holding a coffee mug, I'm going to place the instrument here.
In the middle segment. Yeah,
so it's right on the joint, is it?
Yeah, no, it's on the middle segment. So you
okay.
put it there.
Oh, okay.
So the middle phalanx.
Okay. I want you to grip as hard as you can. Good. Keeping it there.
I'll try this time. Just for fun. So
this time we are. So this would be 9. So That would be really only 8.5 is
Correct.
what you're saying.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Right. I will want to practice this